call to order. Barry, we ready on the screen? All right, I'll call the meeting to order. It is 9:02 on October 17th, 2025. This is the Manistee Blacker Airport Authority regular meeting that has been rescheduled to today. So thank you for accommodating the change. And let's start with a roll call, if you would, Lindsay.
Mr. Walker?
Here.
Mr. Becker?
Here.
Mr. Dunk?
Here.
Ms. Goodman?
Yes, here.
Ms. Kaminsky? Mr. Picardi?
Okay, thank you. So on the agenda, everybody has a copy of the agenda. I do have a couple things to add. One under new business, A5, I would like to add the TSA video, discussion on that. I think that's it, right? That's all we need to add.
Yeah, I think so.
I'll make a motion to adopt the agenda as amended.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you. Moving on to public comment. Do we have anybody from the public that would like to make a comment? Okay. Thank you. Moving on to the approval of minutes from September 29th, 2025, our regular meeting. The minutes were sent out ahead of time. Did everybody have a chance to review them? Anybody need to make any changes? If not, I'll take a motion to approve the minutes from September 29th, 2025. Second?
Second.
George? Any discussion? All right, all in favor? Any opposed? All right, thank you. Moving on to our treasurer's report. First thing we have is the September 2025 accounts payable general fund. And I think, Lindsay, did we have a note on that from Susan?
Susan is, not here today. She's at conference, so she just said her report is as presented. Just had a side note that some of the numbers may change a bit, as the fiscal year did end on 9/30, so there's still some adjustments being done, but her report is just as presented today.
All right. Miles or Barry, can you tell, what is lamp? Is that just light bulb out on the field, or what?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Regular power bill, got a regular reimbursement from Contour, DTE bill, Jim Leach Mechanical, replacing a flush valve, one of the toilets. Okay. Supplies, tires and tire disposal, and supplies to Auto Wares Group. Does anybody have any questions on the financials as presented? Accounts payable. All right, I look for a motion to approve accounts payable.
So moved.
Second.
I'll second it.
Thank you, George. Any further questions, discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Oh, I need a
Yeah, I need a
roll
roll call.
call.
Oh, let's do a roll call. Thank you, Lindsay.
Let me just make it quick.
Morning, Preston.
Morning.
We're currently reviewing the financials.
Okay. You're gonna vote.
Okay. You prefer to vote.
Mr. Walker?
Yes.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Dunk?
Yes.
Ms. Goodman?
Yes.
Mr. Picardi?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Next we have Fund 481, Capital Improvement Fund. No action is needed on this. Any questions on Capital Improvement Fund? All right. Next we have the September financial statements, which are presented in front of us, and the year has ended, and these may change a little bit. That's Susan's note, right?
Yeah.
So I would look for a motion to approve this financial statement.
Go back down. In our fees, I think it was hangar fees seem to be pretty.
Anger rent 79.2. Car rentals
That's
is
'cause we-
38.
It was a startup in, what, June? 3 months worth. Okay. That was the other one.
Motion to approve.
One for a second.
Second.
Thank you, George. All right, roll call, Lindsay?
Mr. Walker?
Yes.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Downs?
Yes.
Ms. Goodman?
Yes.
Mr. Picardi?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Move on to our committee reports. The executive committee, did not formally meet. Capital Projects Committee, did we have a meeting?
Yeah, we got together, Miles, Karen and I, and we went over the current projects and future projects, so we're up to speed, and then, start conversation and get an idea of what we're gonna need for the future, so we can start planning a bit.
Great. Any other comments, Karen, Miles? On that? Good?
Good.
All right, Budget Committee, thank you, Bylaws Committee did not meet.
So the bylaws were just to make a change and remove the video, piece of the bylaws. And Gary, you were working on that?
We approved those last month,
Okay, so,
so, yeah, there's
Right.
really no,
making sure. Wondered if we had to, should keep that or just?
We are up to date on the Open Meetings Act with that
Mhm.
approval, so, if anything comes up for the Bylaws Committee, we'll just take it as we go.
Resurrect.
Yep.
I guess that's a standing committee, I believe.
Yeah, these are all standing committees.
It's a standing committee, like not an ad hoc.
Well, we.
Bylaws is more as needed.
Okay, all right.
Somebody can get assigned to it, but the need to
Yeah.
meet is,
On my list, it didn't say ad hoc next to it, or,
no, it's not ad hoc,
okay,
but as rarely as it needed.
yeah. That's
Short meetings unless there's problems.
There's no problem.
There's no problem. All right, thank you. Transition Committee did not formally meet, continuing to support Miles and Barry through the transition. A lot of work going on, so thank you everyone for, working with Miles as he gets his feet wet here.
So I jumped on the or is that, was it transition that I jumped into? Or,
During the,
yeah, but now I'm out, you're back in?
I don't know formally that any changes were really made, so.
All right.
Unless we have a actual meeting, we'll. Okay, let's move on to old business. Nothing on the agenda for old business. So we'll move on to new business. So we've split this up into action items and non-action items. Action items are things that we will, need to vote on, in order to be able to, allow Miles and Barry to, make action, so. First we have the federal, fiscal year 2023 IIJA T-hanger door replacement. Miles, why don't you tell us what we need to do here?
Yes, so the state is needing, some commitment on where to spend these funds in IIJA's, Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act money, formerly the, bill. I think it's still best to utilize, it's $110,000 that is unspent, for that allocated money. And I think it's still best to use that money for the T-hanger project, door replacement project. So I think in order to do that, the next step is so we got a design scope from Mead and Hunt, which, is the next thing for, $35,355. So, the next step is to do an independent fee estimate for that. The estimate for that task is, around $600 or $6,000. It could potentially be less, but the quote I got from one of the companies that I reached out to was that amount. And then we would take that information, and compare it with the contract that we got from Mead and Hunt. And then I would be asking for authorization to sign the Mead and Hunt contract, to get design going. So,
So the whole grant's for $110,000?
of the FY '23 money, yes.
Okay.
So the whole project total, I think is, correct me if I'm wrong, Stephanie, 150-ish thousand total, right? I think that's okay. So we would probably use a little bit of money from the FY '24,
Okay.
IIJA money, allocation. So,
So the money's sitting there and we can get the project done. Yeah,
so,
not a big decision here.
yeah, I think, I'm still working with the state on the reimbursable piece of it. So I think it should be eligible for reimbursement. How much they actually, approve for reimbursement, I think is what I'm still working on, so.
You know, the only thing I'll caution you on is something like this, so, okay, it's not a big expense. And historically, if we've gotta do something with the county, we generally kinda make sure we've got a blessing in the process, just because we're getting reimbursed. What we don't wanna have happen is not get reimbursed.
That's,
So those are the bridges we don't wanna burn between here and there.
yeah,
So that's food for thought is all,
Yeah.
so.
yeah, I did, phone calls were happening late yesterday, because it is kind of time sensitive committing to spending this money. It needs to happen next week, for whatever project, and then to do the design, which I think is really the best. The airport, I think, will get the best product, going this route, and so I hear the concern, and
Well, just,
and I
just
reached
because
out.
it's fresh is all,
Yeah.
I'm just,
Yeah, because I reached out to Lisa this morning because I was like, hey, I haven't been able to brief you on
yeah.
this project yet, so.
So you need a motion?
Yes.
So I guess I would say, if I'm not able to, depending on what the state's
We'll do the
stance is.
motion pending approval.
Okay. Yeah, because we'll go back to the state to figure out what level of reimbursement they'll approve, so.
Is the 2024 amount the same, 110,000, or is it?
I think the allocation's, 150 or so.
150 ballpark.
Yeah.
It varies a little bit each year.
So I think we used some of that for probably some other
Yeah.
projects in the past, so. Any clarifications on that at all? Okay.
How should the motion be stated?
How should the motion be stated?
Pending approval from the
Yeah, well,
state.
that's the tail end.
Yeah,
That's the easy part.
So I guess I would, say, what was I asking for? Seeking approval to get an independent fee estimate of the design contract completed. So seeking authorization for that money to be spent, and then authorizing to sign Mead and Hunt's design contract.
so
And
the
then-
independent fee estimate is checking Mead and Hunt's design contract fee? So
That's
we're
right.
gonna spend $6,000 to figure out if it's smart to spend $35,000.
That's how the process works.
Mhm.
That is how the process works? Okay,
requires that.
And this situation, now, MDOT does have the ability to review, but in this situation, and whatever's going on with them, so you're forced.
So they're looking for somebody to make sure that the money's being spent, right?
They're gonna look at the number of hours that we time and make sure that
Yeah.
and they have to be within 10.
All right, this
Okay.
is maddening, go ahead.
Life in government, Bill.
Yeah, I mentioned this yesterday when we were walking over there, it's like federal projects cost more money.
Okay, so again, how should the motion be read pending approval?
We want a motion for the independent fee estimate,
Estimate, yeah.
up to $6,000, was
Yeah.
that it? To $6,000. Payment of the.
Pending,
I would just
Or-
do
or just-
two different motions, do
Yeah.
one for the
This is the
IFE,
first one.
and then,
This is the first one.
is that your motion?
So we have a motion on the table to spend up
I'll
to
sup-
$6,000 on the independent fee estimate.
I'll support that.
We have support from Jeff. Any further discussion? All right, we need a roll for this, Lindsay?
Yes. Mr. Walker?
Yes.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Downs?
Yes.
Ms. Goodman?
Yes.
Mr. Picardi?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
And the second one, I will make a motion that we authorize the meat and hunt contract. We need to put the dollar amount in there.
I think the contract amount is $35,355.01. Yeah.
That's,
Up to $35,000.
It's 35,355.01.
What was that amount?
35,355.01.
Thank you.
I'll support that.
All right, we have a motion on the table. Any further discussion? Lindsay?
Mr. Wa-
I request that you authorize.
That should be board
Either
chair.
Miles or board chair.
Can we do Miles? Can we authorize you? Well, you don't have to find me.
Yeah. I think in this case, I mean, it's a contract with a consultant, I think it's probably fine.
Yep. All right, I adjusted to approve the director.
And I support that amendment.
All right, Lindsay?
Mr. Walker?
Yes.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Downs?
Yes.
Ms. Goodman?
Yes.
Mr. Picardi?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Moving on to, credit card policy. So we've had discussions, in the past, this body has, basically worked off of, Orchard Beach Aviation's ability to use a credit card and buy things and then, submit that bill back to us. And, now with, Miles being on board as our employee, we need him to have that same ability. So, Miles and I have discussed, and, Miles has discussed with the county, putting together a credit card policy, and we feel the best path forward is to, adopt the county policy, and, Miles has got, more on that for us to consider. Does that pretty much sum it up?
That pretty much sums it up. I did include in the packet the credit card policy, so if this board approves it, it would go in front of the county board to approve as well, and then, I'd work with the county staff to do it, so.
That's good.
I'll make that motion to adopt the, credit card policy as presented.
I'll support.
Thank you, thank you. Motion on the table. Lindsay?
I totally missed who the motion in the
I
second.
did.
Motion from Jeff?
Thank you.
Preston supported.
Thank you. Mr. Walker?
Yes.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Downs?
Yes.
Ms. Goodman?
Yes.
Mr. Picardi?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Don't spend it all in one place. All right. We have
Only what's in the budget, Dylan.
That's right. Don't forget it. Fiscal year 2026 fee schedule update. Miles, can you walk us through this one?
Yeah, so quick narrative on this is with the adoption of the approval of the Orchard Beach contracts at the last meeting, September 29th. It included a, different rate structure than what was approved in February of '24, I believe is what, when we approved what is, I guess, current, under the current FY '26 column. So the proposed FY '26 column is what would, I think, get us in line with what is in the contract for fuel flow fees. So I did, Barry was able to help me out and put this together.
So I'll include, a reminder for everybody that, you know, we built this fee structure with the effort of incentivizing our commercial traffic to buy fuel here, which is good for us, good for, Orchard Beach Aviation, and it's good for the airline if they don't have to wait for fuel in Chicago. So we're trying to make that more competitive so that they can have that as an option.
A lot of good in there.
A lot of good. So, I guess I'll look for a motion to adopt the fee schedule as presented.
If I could just
Please.
say a couple things, since, so basically, Miles asked me, I've got some of the context of the history, from roughly 24 to 2014 to 2018, we had a similar kind of radiated schedule, of reduced fees for our carrier at the time, and that was 15.82 cents. I just kind of prorated those numbers to this current 17, roughly half, and small amount for large quantities. I just made those up. I think the board, you know, can just kind of use what, again, is patterned off of what the board did 10 years ago on this front, but I think it's just worth some, you know, maybe acknowledgement that this isn't just a random number, that this is kind of what we're looking at, and that's minimal.
And I apologize, I didn't scrutinize this probably as well as I should have.
We have a .9.
Yeah, is that, I think,
Oh, that should be .09.
Yeah.
Oops,
so
typo
we
there.
may wanna, that was supposed to be 9 cents.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, not 90.
We don't wanna get stuck in the middle bracket.
And in the middle pays for everything.
All right, so, I'll be looking for a motion to approve the, fee schedule as presented, except for, correcting the, 1,001 to 5,000 gallon per user per month under fuel farm lease fee to 9 cents a gallon.
.0. I'll make that motion as corrected.
Thank you, Jeff.
I'll
Can we get a
second it.
Thank you, George. Do we need a roll for this?
Mr. Walker?
Yes?
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Downs?
Yes.
Ms. Goodman?
Yes.
Mr. Picardi?
Yes.
All right, thank you. And thanks for putting that together, Barry and Miles. All right, moving right along, we have the PFC passenger facility charge application. And we have a lead and contract that
Yeah, so this would be a, not to exceed of 20,000 to formulate the new, application and the, to provide support to staff, really on a case-by-case basis for submitting the necessary and required reports. The current authorization, is quickly approaching. Some of that is related to the increased employments. So the anticipated date of, where that is gonna be reached is April 2026. So, time is critical on this, action item to, get the project underway so we can try to, so, to endeavor to not have a lapse in the ability for collecting. So I guess I would, propose the motion to, suggest the motion be to, approve the contract for not to exceed $20,000 for the, CFC application.
Make that motion.
Motion by Karen, second by
I'll second.
Preston.
Did I cover that well?
Great job.
Okay, good.
So just to remind everybody, this, getting this application in, helps us continue our ability to receive that $4.50 per passenger charge, and that, is quite a large part of our budget, when it comes down to money we can actually spend the way we want to, so. Any further discussion on that? Good? All right, I will take a roll, please.
Mr. Walker?
Yes.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Downs?
Yes.
Ms. Goodman?
Yes.
Mr. Picardi?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to number 5 under A, we have TSA video. Yes.
Does that cover the same, should it include the same authorization for signature?
Yes.
Okay.
I will amend so that it includes the signature by the director, authorizes signature.
I'll amend my support to include the authorized signature.
I have to re-roll the call, please. All the roll call.
Mr. Walker?
Yes.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Downs?
Yes.
Ms. Goodman? Mr. Picardi?
Yes.
All right, and I will amend my thanks to say, moving on to the TSA video. So you've probably seen in the news, there's a controversial TSA video, that has been put together by, TSA. I'll say for the benefit of the public and anybody that may watch later, that the Manistee Blacker Airport does not participate in producing those videos. We don't have any say of the messaging. We do not, we don't have an impact on their operation. They do what they need to provide our customers with a secure area, and we rely on them to follow all applicable laws. Now, that being said, this is a controversial topic for our community. We have received complaints from the public, and the video is being displayed on an airport-owned display. And so given that, I think I would open a discussion for what we want to do. I'll add that Miles has reached out to TSA to find out, more about if it's required, if we can take it down. He has not heard back yet. So we have been working on this since the video came out, and we put it up. We put it up like we do all of TSA's requested materials in the past. So we don't have a advertising policy as a airport board and as an airport, so that's why we need to discuss this and make a decision.
Well,
Go on.
well, I was just gonna say, is it a video, is it an audio?
It's a video.
It's a video. Do we have the previous video available to stream, or does it come in some other form where it's?
It's an additional video to the ones that TSA also.
Okay, do we have the ability to not run that one and run everything else? I don't think we need to labor this. I think we just not run that one for now, if we are told something different. But from what I saw in the Detroit News with the article I shared to Dylan yesterday, there's a number of airports, major airports, that are not running it because of the same concerns. So, I don't think we need to spend a lot of time on this, just pull it and and see if there's something, or it comes down the line that, yes, you do have to run it, because it's gonna threaten funding, something along those lines, but I think it'll be a new day.
Anybody else?
I haven't seen it. I heard only snippets about it, and I'm kinda right with Jeff. It's like, it's not, you know, providing the information it really should be providing, like our regular TSA stuff, so just stick with that stuff.
All right, I'd be,
I have no clue what it is. I haven't
Okay.
heard a thing about it.
good, you're better off.
Yeah.
All right, I would be looking for a motion that we pull the, TSA video,
Do you need a motion?
I think you, well, actually, maybe if it does get to be an
Yeah.
issue, he would have the backing of it. So,
Because you may now get complaints from the other side that it's not running, so
I doubt.
it gives Miles a little cover.
Is it on that screen and,
Yes.
Might have to go over there and sit down for a while. I haven't seen this.
Gotta buy a ticket.
Yeah.
Should I take a hard note?
basic advertising?
Christie's a trap.
All right, I'd be looking for a motion that we take down the Christie Nome TSA video, and, until we hear further from TSA.
I'll support.
I'll second it.
Great. All those in favor?
Aye.
Bye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you for your attention to this matter. All right, non-action items, let's talk EAS and AEAS funding.
I guess I would just say, I mean, we got an initial letter, I think that was October sixth, saying funding for the alternate EAS program, which is what we're under, would only be through, it would have lapsed after October 12th. And then a couple days later, they sent an amended letter saying funding was through November 2nd. So I would say, you know, staff met with county, staff, and then also, we met with, Contour and spoke with the DOT. You know, I think the hope is that, I mean, the program is vital for communities. And the DOT is hopeful that funding will be restored. So that's kind of where we're at right now, is just an opportunity for the board to talk about, if there was a chance beyond November 2nd that funding would lapse again. So that was really it.
More informational than anything.
And, I mean, if we get any other correspondence, we would pass it along as necessary, so.
So it's through November 2nd right now.
Mhm.
Any questions on that? Okay, thank you. Move on to airport IT.
Okay, yeah, so after meeting with county staff, and then Barry is Orchard Beach Aviation, to review the airport IT infrastructure, which there's very little that the airport has. The next step is to work with an IT consultant to develop a roadmap on, what future airport IT, infrastructure will look like. And then, so just wanted to mention that, there may be a proposal, for that, potentially at, the next meeting, but definitely at a future meeting, so.
When we were going through the, all the equipment stuff, Barry, this is to you. I saw that, like, all the computers and everything were Orchard Beach. And I know that you use the computers here all the time for all of our stuff. Have you been able to download all of that information on a JPEG or whatever to get over to Miles?
We had a meeting with Gordon, and he took an inventory and he's building a list of all of the infrastructure that needs to be thought through, and that included, you know, everything from that phone to what we're using to, you know, do monitoring to
I'm thinking of all the information that's on the Orchard Beach computer.
There's very little that is actually stored there, as it relates to things. There is, it's more information related to the director position, you know, whether it be emails or documents. And Miles and I have been working, and we're slowly migrating things over to county-owned facilities for that as we kind of go through topics and transitions, so.
Okay, 'cause I know you always were able to pull up stats and information, so it's like, that's over here on your system. I don't know how we're gonna get it over here on our system, so he has access to it.
Right, and that's all, I think that's a topic that Miles and I haven't really gotten into yet,
Yeah.
is going forward. Well, I'm a numbers guy, so, you know, I have lots of information that's historic. Going forward, is that something that is continued or not based on resources and skills and time? So for example, when we get to Miles' report, all of the numbers that are in there are my traditional numbers. Miles has asked me to put them together, so we're kind of continuing status quo while we figure out what makes sense.
Good
Well,
question.
there was a lot, I mean, it was an eye-opener how much Orchard Beach property in our, think about that.
Well, the good thing is they're
Yeah.
still here, so we've got time to filter through and get it squared up.
Mhm.
So, I'll add on that, the county has been very generous in supplying, expertise and resources on that discussion, so thank you, the county, and,
Yeah.
thanks everyone for being collaborative on it.
I would second your comment. I'm super appreciative with, you know, getting the laptop I have in front of me here. I got a couple monitors, a docking station, you know, I feel, feel ready to work now, so,
So is Gordon coming over here?
yeah,
Has been.
yeah. So, yes, thank you to, the county for their support.
Anything else?
Not on that.
All right, let's move on to the airport capital improvement plan.
Yeah, so just wanted to, put this up. I'm not totally sure how much, how familiar you guys are with the airport capital improvement plan, document. But each year that the NDOT Office of Aeronautics meets with, airports, to, go over this, and it really is it's 5 years of, capital improvement projects, generally that require, federal funding and and state projects and stuff. So, I'm not anticipating too many changes. We did meet with Mead and Hunt, a week or two ago. Probably, time has been flying by, so it's hard to keep track. So I would say, I think, it looks like design for taxiway Alpha is kind of the next project. And 27 would be construction of taxiway Alpha.
What's Alpha?
Okay.
That's its main big one?
So I had the guys,
Yeah,
the
This is
staff
great.
put this up.
Yeah.
So taxiway Alpha is
that,
the parallel
okay.
to the primary runway. And later in the meeting, we'll talk about, some of the repairs that we need to do temporarily, out there. So it is, it's an old runway, the pavement is aging and, in some sections falling apart, so we do need to repair that. So that's kind of the next big thing. So I'm not anticipating too many changes. We meet with, NDOT, November 20th, right? Is that November 20th? Yeah. And, to review this, they also, it's just an opportunity to talk about the airport. They take copious notes on kind of how things are, what, future plans are and that type of thing, any changes that have happened, since the last meeting. So it's Michigan Airport meeting is what they call that, Michigan Airport Planning, meeting, so the MAP is kind of acronym for that, so. I would invite, if, a couple people were interested, I think it'd be good, you know, to, you can observe and kind of see how it is.
They'll be on site?
I think it's Teams, it's a virtual meeting,
Okay.
so.
I have a couple of questions. Okay, so at one time, we talked about this area change or?
Oh,
you know,
yes,
add a
yeah,
room?
so that's actually Foxtrot. Direct access from a ramp to a runway, without any turns
Right.
is, standards
Okay.
problem.
All right.
So that is something that would have to be addressed, and that, the solution for that, is a domino, because moving it could potentially impact apron usability
Sure.
on the east end of the apron there.
Also, and I don't know if I'm remembering this accurately, but Airport County owns that?
That's airport property, yes.
Okay, so it's this section. Right, I was telling Miles that the other day that across the road is ours.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, so if there was any feedback, like I said, I'm not sure what has been presented in the past at previous meetings this time of year. So if you did have any feedback for me that I could take back to the state, just wanted to open it up for that opportunity. If nothing.
So we're not able to get funding from the state unless it shows up on that.
If it's not on there, it will be very difficult.
Okay.
I mean, obviously it is subject to change, just based on, you know, what our, strategic plan is and things like that, but where it ends up, the first 2 years on there are probably pretty much set in stone.
Okay.
Significant changes would be difficult to incorporate into those first 2 years.
So a bulk of our 27 construction is actually, well, it's fiscal, or it's funded in 26, obviously. Am I reading that right? But then fiscal year 27?
I think it's fair to say this is a wish list,
Okay.
not necessarily going to happen.
That's right. Yeah,
It's always dependent on funding availability.
that's right.
So historically, what happens is get pushed out a year or two.
And they're good friends at me, Don. Need to know how to grease the skids to make sure we can get all these things happening, so everybody prospers.
And just to follow on what Barry said, we're working with MDOT to see if they knew what the level of funding was going to be for, this upcoming 26 year. They said we have no idea. What we are hearing in other places is it's going to be very similar to last year. We use those levels of funding going forward. Should those levels of funding change, it would change in the amount of money you have available for projects, and that could shift projects. Keep that in mind. We're using the best information that we have available to us right now. But if the authorization ends and funding changes based on new, it will change the whole program.
And I think the local 2.5% column, that's the money that the airport has to put up for anything to happen. And that often, impacts our ability to impact the conversation we have with the county itself.
Mhm.
Until we figure out how to make our own money, we'll have to Eating cloud.
Hey, we're
Well,
gonna
and-
find out. We're great.
We could start firing up the fridge.
Hidden money tree.
That's right. All right, so no actions needed on this. Any further questions, discussion? Sounds like everybody has an open invite to November 20th, and if everybody wants to come, we'll have to post that as a public.
Yeah, I would probably, you know, if there are a couple people interested, I think it'd be good, you know, just to get a sense of how they go.
All right, great, thank you. Let's move on to the airport director's report.
Okay.
Take it away, Miles. Who's gonna start? Barry or Miles?
I'll start. So some of it should be mostly customary, from what you, might traditionally see in, previous directors' reports. I structured it, I think, a little bit different, main topics. So I started out with operations and maintenance, not aware of any, incidents or accidents to report, here at, MBL. Part 139, so we had our periodic inspection. I think Barry addressed, some of this in the, September 29th meeting as well. So we had our debrief after that, meeting. So there were these 4, compliance issues to address. The nitrogen tank has been refilled, and reinstalled on the ARP truck. So we still need to submit documentation of a improved inspection procedure, and then retrain staff on that. Airport condition reporting, which is, issuing notices to, airmen, we had a lapse in a NOTAM that was issued. So it is conducting a review of training and retrain staff on, airport condition reporting. Taxiway Alpha pavement repairs, so we need to make necessary temporary repairs, on areas, smaller areas, to ensure compliance. And then continue to work with the ADL on the long-term solution, which is, on the improvement plan. And then airfield signs, there were 3 specific signs that they, wanted replaced. I think, the panels are delaminating. But it also had, the method of correction stated audit condition of all airfield signs and develop replacement plan. So I think some of that has been, done already from, by staff. So I think it's just reviewing that and, working on the plan to do that, so that was really all I had for operations and maintenance. Administration, so leases, still, don't have any update from the last meeting on the, GSA lease for the TSA space. Marketing, so, Nicole, from, I believe, the chamber, had reached out about the vacation mode promo and indicated the program was extremely successful with an increase in spending compared to last year. The other thing, so Enterprise had reached out about, putting signage up, to promote the business they have here at the airport. So I reached out to them to see what their idea was on what to put out there. I think in the long term, it would be good, to have a standard for, like development standards that includes signage, for requests such as this. So when I get back, information from Enterprise on kind of what they wanna do, I can share that with the board. Barry and I talked about this yesterday. So I guess I'd be interested in your guys' sense with the upcoming winter. And I think, you know, the slowdown in traffic and things like that, you know, what the best approach would be. There was an idea to put a topper on the monument sign, but.
Can we do like the temporary flags you know, until we get all that, you know, like, if you, I think we come in, it's got contour, has a flag, yeah, stand-up flag. We could put a couple enterprise ones in the mix, even on this side of the property,
yeah,
until we decide if a permanent sign, we wanna make, you know,
so a permanent sign, I think, you know, propose the airport decide what that is gonna look like, and then we can work with the tenants who want to advertise on there.
Yep.
Just to encourage, their business and stuff in the meantime, I was just curious what they wanted to propose for us to consider. So that was kind of my approach to
Okay.
it. So I'm not sure, I haven't heard from them kind of what they were interested in doing,
Okay.
so,
If we wanna put anything on top of our Blacker Airport sign, I mean, I could put anything up there and then have to take it down.
I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I would say, you know,
See what they,
you wanna put something up.
see what they think. So,
yeah,
you reached out to Enterprise?
yeah.
Okay.
Yep, so, you know, once I get some more information from them, we can consider it, and just figure out the best approach. Just wanted to open that dialogue with them, but also let you guys know that that was going on. And then just factor in any type of, you know, trying to support them the best we can, considering with winter coming up and, you know, trying to get something, completed maybe before it gets kind of impossible with the winter weather, so. Yeah, we talked about the MAP meeting coming up. Car rental, they had 37 rentals in September compared to 13 in August and 10 in July. I think, you know, there was a week they thought they were gonna run out of cars, last month, so,
Do you get a sense of like how many rental days that equates to?
We get a monthly report from them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Along with, then determines our fee check. For September, that was slightly over $1,000. So Karen's budget or financial question, that actually puts us on track, you know, for where we should be.
Right.
That they're now staffed and operating at full speed.
okay,
And if that's information the board would want, that could be included,
yeah.
we have it.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, I think it was 120-ish or so days.
Okay.
Airline update, I think Barry put together his typical, and I apologize, I think some of the information got cut off when copies were made. So, it was in your email if you wanted to look through that. So if you've had a chance to review that, if there were any questions, or Barry can go through the stuff as well.
Couple comments I'll make is, in September, we were closed for roughly 30% due to our construction, so that is starting to decrease, the numbers, so we're still up over September of last year, but not nearly the percentages we were throughout the summer. On the performance, we're continuing to see improvements in better on-time performance and practically, well, no cancellations. That's been kind of the rule, so Contour is doing better, as they said they would, when they came and visited us in June, I think, were here presenting with us. And I know Miles reached out to Ben Munson all earlier this week and asked if he'd be willing to come back, at a future meeting to give us an update on that. And we all kind of agreed that after the government shutdown and some of those funding questions get passed, that would be a good time to do.
I think it's time to reflect the whole fuel thing.
Yeah, we kind of put that, we talked about that as well, just, you know, let's get through the shutdown and then
Yeah.
talk about other stuff.
Any word on, we had some issues with de-icing units last year, so we are in a de-icing era once again. So is there any movement? We have a new de-icer, or a different
There is
de-icer?
a new unit to us. It is not a brand-new, unit, that arrived sometime in the last 60 days. So, yes, we are expecting a better situation than we had last year.
Important.
This is the aircraft de-icer truck? Okay.
I've got pictures that are not complimentary. Smoke.
Oh, smoky.
The second slide that I now have up on the screen is the details of that. You basically see across the last 3 months, pretty much every metric is improving. Booking trends, we're still seeing increase in the number of bookings. It's really hard right now to compare year over year, because last year at this time, Fair was ending, Contour was starting, so there was a lot of switchover. So for really, I'd say this month and next month, the comparables are sketchy. But the numbers show that we're still up from where we were last year. And the airfare report is showing something that, I don't know if it's never happened, but it is highly rare. Like maybe it's happened once before in the 13 years that I'm keeping this data, is that the average fare out of Traverse City is less than the average fare out of Grand Rapids for this report. And I think that is having some impact on our ridership here. So when you include the fact that we got free parking, that balances things out, but it's still that fare that people are seeing is significantly more right now out of here than out of Traverse City. And I'll feed this information. I haven't really had this level of conversation with Miles yet, but right now, Contour operates under an interline. An interline is basically you add the Manistee to Chicago Contour fare on top of the fare from Chicago to your final destination. A code share is where the carrier, American or United, is basically pricing the whole route and not just pieces. And that's what we're competing against now, is that the fare from Chicago to, let's say, one of those destinations is probably more expensive than the fare from Traverse City to that same destination, even though that flight from Traverse City may go through Chicago. So that's what's causing us to be higher, is that this time of year, and looking historically, we saw this last year at this time, is there's so much capacity that gets added into Traverse City in the summer for their peak, but like our peak here, that window is fairly narrow and then it starts dropping off, and we're in that drop-off period. They don't bring the capacity down as rapidly as the demand goes down. So therefore, law of supply and demand is they've still got a lot of capacity and not as much demand, so therefore fares, they're trying to get people to fill those seats. So we saw this again last fall, where Traverse City fares post-summer took a dive, and we're seeing it again. But the fares out of Chicago that were being added into our fare aren't seeing that, because they don't have that seasonality, so we're at a disadvantage now. I expect it'll get better in the middle of the winter when capacity in Traverse City does come down significantly, but we're kind of at a disadvantage right now. And then that gets us into, right now, the leading indicators for Contour's performance enplanements for the next couple months actually are indicating that they will do less passengers this fall than they did their first fall. So we've been used to significant growth we may now be in a period where we're gonna actually see decline. And part of that is, again, we're in this transition period, we've had runway closures that have gone on, and more flights canceled than we were anticipating as a result of the construction project. But I had been predicting around 9,400 passengers for the year in plane minutes, and now I'm predicting, I bumped that down to about 8,500, given what I'm seeing kind of coming in the pipeline. Still 24% growth, but there's starting to be some concerning signs that Contour may have plateaued. Maybe just think about why that is and what can be done to help them, help us. I think that sums up everything I want to add on the numbers part of Miles's report.
Thank you. Okay.
Thanks, Barry.
Review of projects, that, I've been working on, so the teenager door replacement, I don't think we need to talk about that more than we have already. Excuse me, the runway 1028, grading and lighting improvements, with the new beacon. So the grading work is complete, retaining wall in the southwest corner installed. You got that right? Yeah. The runway 1028 edge lighting is installed. The electrical contractor is installing new wire from edge lighting to the airfield vault. So we're still using what was there existing, so they'll cut over the new here. Beacon work is anticipated in the next couple weeks. We anticipate, so the nighttime closure happened last night, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so nighttime closure soon to allow finish grading, and to make lighting connections, not anticipating any impact to Contour Airlines' schedule. We need a nighttime closure in November, so electrical contractor can install manhole covers. And then city water main, so I think we have a meeting with the city to review, next steps to insulate the water main. And then conversations with consumers have been initiated regarding their power line that runs through the airfield as well. So, any questions on those two things or comments? Okay. Have not received any update on the ALP, and the status of that approval. State, NDOT funding. So we have an air service grant, and so Barry and I, we plan to meet with, Muskegon and Cape Air to review and discuss that, proposal. And hopefully maybe something next summer. And then local funding, replace boilers. So these are the boilers that operate the tubing that warm the sidewalks out front. So that should start next Monday. They're anticipating a couple days to do that. And then I still need to connect with TKS regarding the access control for the front door. And then just really quick, just a few highlights from the last several days since October 1st that I've been working on and have done. So I've met the Orchard Beach Aviation staff, airline leadership and staff, the local enterprise representative, and then I've talked with their kind of their marketing person, met TSA leadership, and then lots of coordination with trying to get this runway 1028 grading and lighting project to completion, and then going through Part 139 initial training, working to resolve the compliance issues from the periodic inspection, familiarity with the EAS and alternate EAS programs, the DOT funding was, a whirlwind of craziness. And then, asset management plan with the capital projects committee. And then a couple of things that still need to do, so airport security coordinator training for the, airport security plan and TSA, requirements. And then the TSA pre-check process for, to get signed up for their vetting portal as well, so. Lots more to come there, you know, administratively with leases and just, the airline, data and statistics and that type of stuff too, so. And then obviously still untangling the operational side of, what Orchard Beach does and what airport will do, so. That is my director's report.
Thank you.
Questions for Marlies and Barry? Great. Moving on then to, comments by authority members.
I guess I've got a question for Joe. How's the transition?
Well, I would say slow right now. We've been very excellent with this initial conversation.
And I'll add that that's right now intentional, because I'm trying to focus on bringing Miles up to speed first and not trying to change too many things at one time. But
Making sure you're okay.
I wanted to make sure that Joe was here and that you should expect a presence from Orchard Beach going forward, each meeting, just so if the questions come up, there's someone here that can answer them. And we're gonna continue some of the details after this.
And we've set goals for timelines.
Great. Thank you, Jeff. Preston? George?
No.
Aaron?
Nope.
All right, I don't think I have anything else. Stephanie or? Andrew, thank you. Anything else from you?
No, if you have any questions.
All right, Barry, anything else?
Well, I guess I'll just say, I think in your decision to hire Miles, you've made a good choice. Able to pick up things because of his experience and knowledge much faster than other potential candidates would have. So it's actually been a pleasure to work with him. I try to stay out of his way.
I'm sure you do a great job.
All right, well, with that, I will adjourn the meeting. Thank you, everyone.
We have another 2 hours to go?
Yeah.